In this Blender tutorial I will show you how to animate an object that swings on a hinge. I've assumed you have some knowledge of working with Blender. Other tutorials can be found in my playlists. Okay, well this is a simple ball and chain that I've created, and it's a solid object. There's no individual links. So, and I want it to swing at this point here, which is exactly in the middle of the grid. So the first thing, because the origin is set here, this won't swing, nothing will happen, because it'd be trying to swing from this point. Well, not swing from this point, but actually move from this point. So make sure that your object's selected and come up to the box that says object, and next to set origin, left click on something like origin to geometry, and this will set your origin further away from your pivot point. Okay, now to swing any object, you can only swing it in one direction, so you're going to have to create a hinge effectively, and you'll also need two objects. So for ease, I'm going to just hold down Shift A, and next to mesh bring in a circle, and then I'll rotate this circle by pressing RX90 just so that you can see it. Okay, so I want this to swing down from the middle of this circle. If you hold down Shift followed by A, and next to empty, left click on arrows, and this will show you your XY axis. Now the hinge action works on the Z axis. The best way to think of it is like a door. So if I want this to swing in this direction, I have to change the axis, and to do that you just simply press RX90, and this will place the Z axis in the direction, or so that the direction I want this to fall is correct. Now all we need to do now is set this up. Select your first object, and then look for the physics tab here, and then left click on your rigid body. I'm going to leave this set as active. As a norm, I don't use convex hull, so I'll just change this to mesh, although in this instance it won't make too much difference. So that's rigid body set up for this. Left click on the circle, and again select rigid body. I'll leave this as active, and out of habit I'll change this from convex hull to mesh. But what you need to do is deselect dynamic. So there's a little blue tick here, left click so dynamic isn't showing. Finally select the empty, and then you should see something that says rigid body constraint. Left click on this, and then left click fixed, and then select hinge, and you've got objects. So you've got your first object, your second object. So in your first object, left click and select the object you want to swing. So in this instance it actually says torus. And then your second object, this is going to be the circle, so select that. Now if you press play, you should find that whatever you've got will swing. And while I'm doing this, I will just show one thing that might be of interest to some people. Blender renders from 1 frame to 250. So if I wanted this to swing for longer than 250, so let's say I set this up for, I don't know, 500 frames. If I was to play this, it would still stop at 250. If you go into the rigid body world, or sorry, the scene world, this is over here on the right, and then go into the rigid body world, look for something called cache, open this up, and then you've got something here that says end 250. Type in the length you want this to work for, so I've put in 500, and now when you play your animation, this will go past 250 until I get to the 500. And that really is all there is to it. Hopefully this helps somebody. Thank you for watching. Cheers.